All right. So, welcome everyone. Good to see you again. Whether it's your first time here or not, my name is Laya, and today we're going to be doing Pomodoro sprints. Uh, if you want to, let me know in the chat what you're going to be working on. Some stars said tidying up your side table in the living room and ledge bar in the kitchen that is cluttered. I feel like Summer Star is always like super solid at like organizing. Wouldn't you say? Like you're like always organizing, and I love that. So I'm gonna be working on my novel, meaning you can absolutely use this time however you want to, however works for you. Yeah, you could be writing, studying, working, uh, reading, tidying up your house, cooking. You could also use this time for relaxing, for doing absolutely nothing, for crocheting, reading, drawing. Do you get the idea? The point is really to be intentional and focus for the focus sprint. Traditionally, Pomodoro sprints are 25 minutes of focus time, 5-minute break. And that is a lot of what we do in this community. So we most likely will do that unless we have a conversation about it when we want to do something else. But what I'm trying to say is that 25-5 is just like the traditional way to do it. But keep in mind when you're doing Pomodoro sprints on your own, if it's something that you enjoy, that you can make them whatever length you want. So maybe depending on the task or project you're taking on, 25 minutes is too long or not long enough. It can also depend on your capacity and how you're feeling physically, mentally, emotionally, or even energetically, right? So, shifting the length of the sprint can really be a great way to adapt it to yourself. Just keep in mind that if you do a longer sprint, you should do a longer break. The longest sessions I've ever done were when I was finishing the first draft of this novel, and I was at a point where I was like, if I don't finish this book, like I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. And then I joined these like programmers on YouTube that were doing 90 minutes on, 15 minutes off. Um, that's how I feel about that. I did it. It worked for what I needed. It served a purpose, but that's not my default. You know what I mean? Oh, it's because you downsized. Nice. Cool. And never decluttered. Yeah, I cleaned up this room yesterday a little bit, and then it got messy again. And that's the kind of person that I am. Like I like to have it tidy, and then I let it kind of like unravel, and then I make it tidy again, and then I just keep cycling like that. I don't know if it's very effective, but that's what I do. Your mantra: my home is organized and clutter free. That is a very beautiful mantra. I love that. So another thing is sometimes we start right away with a 25-minute sprint, which we could totally do. However, there's also a way to start this, which is with a warm up sprint. A warm up sprint is a shorter sprint where I invite you to maybe grab anything that you are missing. Like just, kind of get your shit together. Make sure that your computer is plugged in, that you have any notebooks that you may need, right? Just like gather what you need. Maybe make yourself a cup of coffee or tea or your favorite cozy drink. Yeah. The point is to utilize those 10 minutes to kind of set yourself up. And it can also be a great time to maybe make a to-do list if you're not entirely sure what you want to work on during your sprints. Or sometimes it's a good way to jump into the project and see how you're feeling about it. Because I feel like sometimes if I do 25 minutes right off the bat and I haven't like really checked in, then I'm like, look, I don't feel like doing this, or it doesn't feel right, or I'd rather be doing X, Y, or Z. You know what I mean? So warm up, please, if others are okay with it. Yeah, check in, my friends. Let us know what you want to do. So usually the warm up sprint is 10 minutes. So let me know if you'd like to start with a 10-minute warm up sprint, kind of like dip our toes in the water, see how we're feeling, or if you want to like dive right in. Also, I'm talking slightly fast today because I went to one of my favorite coffee shops that has lattes for 190. That's euros, although it's right now I think euro and dollar are pretty similar. Um, so I'm like a little bit like rallied up. But let's see. Yo, I see two of my lovely friends here today, and this brings me so much joy. Hello, Rajani. Hey, good to see you. So yeah, so we start with 10 then, yeah? Go coffee. Yeah. I have graduated to water for the rest of the evening. Another reminder, make sure you have some water. Make sure that you have everything that you need. What do I need? I need lots of pens. Actually, not even pens, but fountain pens, because I write with a fountain pen. So here's the one that has purple ink, the one that has black ink, the one that has blue ink, because that's just me. Oh, y'all saying hi to each other. Also, this is my manuscript. It is the one that my editor has marked up, and so I keep this handy when I'm editing because it has lots of great um, feedback that I want to read as I'm going through the novel. And then obviously I have my laptop, which is plugged in, and a notebook also full of notes. So I'm telling you this so that you also have time to collect everything that you need. The point is to focus as much as you can during the 10 minutes and later the 25. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions? Valerie, all my friends are tuning in today. I'm so glad that Substack added the scheduling feature. Obviously, in the future, I'll use it even earlier because now that I know that I can do that, then it sends you all an email, and then you can make it. Yay! It's good to see you all. I'm so stoked to be here. See so many lovely faces. See so many lovely faces. All right, buying colored pens for your college student today. She takes such great notes with color codes. Ah, that's so fun. Color coding is the best. So, just in case you've never met this is my trusty cube timer. Um, yeah, so we're gonna use this for our sprints. If you're using your phone for the stream, then the problem is solved. However, if your phone is still available, my phone is over here. Consider what can you do to not like get sidetracked with your phone if that's something that happens to you. Yeah. All right. Adelaide, hello, hello. All right, are y'all ready for our first 10-minute sprint? What I do is usually keep the mic unmuted. You'll hear me typing, maybe sneezing a few times, whatever. And then I will put in the chat when we'll be coming back here. So just in case like your internet drops or like you have to step away or whatever, you know when the sprint is going to be done. Does that sound good? All right, let's get started. So wherever you are, make a tall spine. Let's take a moment to center, relax your shoulders, lengthen your neck. Take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out. All right. 10 minutes are on the clock. Happy productivity. All right, my friends, that is our 10-minute timer finishing. So I'm going to set the timer to 5 minutes now for our break. So bring yourself to a pausing point, check in, let me know how you're feeling, how you did, and I'll tell you the same. Also, if you just joined us, welcome. We've just done a 10-minute warm up sprint in which I encouraged you to maybe choose a project or a task and to see how you're feeling about it. The point of doing a sprint is that maybe now you're like, okay, I do feel in the flow. This feels like the right thing for me to be doing for the next however long we're going to be here. Or maybe you're like, you know what, like I don't have the capacity for this today, or I don't feel like it, or like whatever. And it kind of gives you the chance to like maybe switch the task if you wanted to, do something else, or maybe even be like, not today. I don't feel, it doesn't align with what I need today. But yeah, let me know how it felt for you. I am working on chapter 7 of my novel. I am moving a little bit slower than I'd like to be. And at the same time, I'm very pleased because I am moving forward. And that's the point. So, I'm at a point where I'm trimming a lot of the beginning of the novel, and so it's kind of like what goes, what stays. Yesterday, I cut like half, like 500 words of an entire chapter, and it felt really good. So um, I'm kind of even considering if this chapter needs to exist. I think it does, but it needs a couple of things that I don't know. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But how about you? How about you, my friends? How are you doing? How are you feeling? How was this 10-minute sprint for you? We have about 3 minutes left of the break. During the break, do what you want. You can stay here and hang out and chit chat with me, which I'd love. Also, you could go to the restroom, drink some water, move your body, take a few breaths, do a little meditation, go outside. You get it? Like the point is to just get away from the project for a moment. I know sometimes it may feel counterproductive, especially if you're getting started with Pomodoro sprints, but it is actually very beneficial and it can really help you build more balance throughout your workday or your productivity. Threw some food in the air fryer and got your thoughts together for sprint number 1. Yay, let's go. Good, good, good. Prepping your surface for a painting project. Nice. That sounds fun, Brandon. By the way, welcome. Hello, hello. Happy that you're here. All right. What else? What else? What else are y'all gonna be doing? I'm gonna continue forward with the novel. This morning in the sprints that I did at the coffee shop, I spent most of the time doing admin work that I needed to do, and then it still says the same on my daily goal count, which I don't keep track, but it's part of the app. It says I've written 30 words. Again, I've written more than 30 words, but I think I've deleted way more than I have written today. Which it's all right. It's part of editing and fixing a draft. So I feel pretty good about it. All right, my friends. Just your reminder to drink some water if you haven't in a while. Apparently, it's really good for you. So I'm ready. Like I feel like I've been wanting to kind of, if any other writers here writing novels, please check in, whether you're here live or here in the future. Do you feel like you kind of have put a lot of work, like you could get really caught up in the first, I don't know, maybe 10 chapters? And I'm just so exhausted of like these 10 chapters. I just want to like get past it. I'm on chapter 7, so I'm almost there. Realize I need to stop for today. I am so glad, Linde, that you checked in and that you realized that that's what you need. That's amazing. That's how we take care of ourselves. Do I have certain times I will be live here? Pretty soon, because now that I can schedule it, yes. So the short answer is no, not yet, but soon. And it will be similar times than what I've been doing on Insight Timer, unless as a community we come to the realization that we want different times. I'm always happy to chit chat with you all and come up with times that work for us. Yeah, so that's it. But yes, if you're not staying for the next sprints, know that I will be here again, and there will be a replay of this, so you can check out the replay in a couple of days. Chapter 7 is great. Thank you, Samasar. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have got this. I have got this. And so do you. Whatever it is that you're going to be working on, keep in mind that whatever goal you're setting for yourself, whatever intention, I personally find that it's more important to stay kind to ourselves throughout than to be super productive. Yeah. So if we're here for 25 minutes and all of a sudden you're like, 25 is a little too much, take a break a little bit sooner. Yeah. Take care of yourself. There's no price for like overworking yourself, exerting yourself. I mean, at least not in my life. Maybe in yours there is. All right. I'm going to set our timer to 25 minutes. This is going to be our first proper sprint. Thank you, Linda. All right, setting the cube timer to 25 minutes for us. Again, I will put in the chat the time that we'll be coming back, so just in case you're stepping away or your connection drops or whatever, you'll know when we're meeting here again. All right, my friends, tall spine, relax your shoulders. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Side out. Happy productivity. See you all in 25 minutes. Good luck. All right, my friends. Bring yourself to a pausing or stopping point. This is the end of our 25-minute sprint. I'm setting the timer for a 5-minute break. So save your work and just take some time to kind of disconnect for a few moments with me. And you can stay here and chit chat if you feel like it. You can also take this time to take care of yourself in whatever way you want to. That could mean you go to the restroom, you feed yourself, you drink some water, you get some sunshine or some light or some air. You move your body. Doesn't matter. Do whatever you want with this 5 minutes. But the point is to step away from your project. I know sometimes it may feel counterintuitive, but let me know. To those of you who have been practicing Pomodoro sprints for a while, do you like the breaks? Do you tend to shorten the breaks? Do you tend to lengthen the breaks? I find that when I'm doing these sessions here with you all, 5 minutes is great, although sometimes I'd like to chit chat for longer. When I am doing sprints in like a live, like in person setting, sometimes I go a little bit longer because we get super chatty. You know what I mean? Like here we get chatty, but it's slightly different because like between the time you type and the time I'm, like respond or whatever, it's a little bit different. But um Haiti, you like the typing sound? So if I don't know if I mean I know some of y'all do follow me on Inside Timer, and we did realize by doing these sessions on Inside Timer that a lot of us are soothed by the sound of the typing. And yes, so it does help you feel less alone. And I think it still is part of body doubling. For those of you that have never heard of body doubling, I'm going to make like a very basic explanation, but it is mirror neurons. So, it's this concept that like when our neurons, when our body sees someone else doing a certain activity, taking a certain action, it kind of reverberates within you and it makes you want to do the same thing, right? So if I'm here sitting typing and you see me typing and you hear me typing and working, it can kind of encourage you to just do the thing. So that's very badly explained, the basic science behind it. Just spend the last hour trying to sort out your Wi-Fi issues. Oh no, that's never fun. Got the side table cleared off, swept the floor, took a little plan out for some sunshine. What? You did a lot of stuff in 25 minutes, Sama Star. Yeah, you like the typing sound as well. There are also there are people that do comment on those tracks that they hate the typing sounds, in which case I invite them to choose one of the other tracks that doesn't have typing sounds. But I get it. I do really enjoy the typing sounds. Sometimes I play my own track to kind of make myself sit down and type. I think it's kind of the same concept as when I mean, do any of you like to work out of coffee shops? Uh, I like to go to coffee shops where there are other people also working on laptops or writing, because same thing. It just kind of makes me feel like I'm in a creative space with other people, and so it's very helpful. Um, you don't even want to turn on music. Yeah, I do like music. That's one of the things that makes me slightly sad because of copyright, that I can't play any music. But I was thinking that here on Substack, what I can do is share my playlists with you, because I can put links down and it's not going to say no. Oh, whoa. Do y'all want me to share my creativity playlist with you? Let me see if I can find it. It's a very, very long playlist, and it's gotten wild. It used to actually have a flow, and now there's so many songs on it. But it's kind of like, not kind of like, it's definitely mostly deep house. What kind of music do you like to listen to when you're working? And does it depend on the project? All right, I'm trying to find it. Creativity flow playlist. Let's see how long it is at this point. I haven't added any songs to it in a while, but I will soon. It is 7 hours. So let me just share with you all. Again, it used to be fully coherent. Now it ain't so much. Okay. So, but yes, I'll share it with you. Is it this one? Yeah. There's the link. I don't know if you're able to click on links, though. That's the thing. That's the thing. Can you click on a link? there? I wonder. Does it take you out of the app? I wonder. What I will do for sure is if you're not able to open it like that, I will link it properly once I repost the replay. Does that make sense? What's a polyglot? I'm a polyglot. It's someone that speaks several languages proficiently, I guess. You know, yeah. I think I'm barely a polyglot. Like 3.5 languages is hardly being a polyglot. I mean, you can ask. I mean, most Europeans speak at least like 5 or 6. So I'm at like bare minimum polyglot. You're on PC, so you were able to highlight the link. Yep. And Jackie says that definitely depends on the project. For me, I like lo-fi when writing, typing. I can't hear words while I'm typing. Yeah. I usually the playlist I share, there's because some of it is deep house, so some of it may have a little bit of lyrics, but the thing is they can't be lyrics that I'm gonna sing to or that I know. It can't be songs I know really, really well unless it's just a beat, like I'm cool with a beat. Do you resonate with that? You learned a new term, polymath, someone who is good at many things. That's all of us. We're a bunch of polymaths, my friends. I thought it had to do with mathematics, and I was like, not me. All right. Do y'all want to do another 25-minute sprint? How are we feeling? I'm going to do. Yo, what? You're yelling at me. Like, let's go. Okay. Okay. I would like to do another 25-minute sprint. Are y'all down? I'm just setting it just in case. Just in case. Yes, please. All right. Cool. You are the Jackie of all trades and master of self. I love that, Jackie. Jackie of all trades. Yes, more sprints. All right, cool. I almost set it to 24 minutes. I don't know why. We're going to do 25. All right. What's the name of the playlist? The name of the playlist is Creativity Flow Playlist. Yep. And it's 82 songs, 7 hours of just like good beats that I like, basically. So you found my profile on Spotify? Yeah. So I don't have on my playlist available on there, but I have some because I had so many I had to delete some from being public. All right, y'all ready? So spine, my friends, relax your shoulders. Let's take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Happy productivity. See you all in 25 minutes. Best of luck. All right, my friends. That marks the end of our 25-minute sprint. So save your work. I'm actually going to properly save my work. Like make us like a, what do you call it? Is it called a safety copy in English? Shit, I can't remember what it's called. Is that what it's called? But yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I make an extra copy of it. Export, because it is important to have more than one copy of our work, I think. How did you do? Can you all hear the barn swallows? I feel like if I open the window, you may. I just don't want to scare them. They just got back from Northern Africa. These barn swallows have been for generations living under this window. It's actually like protected. I hope y'all can hear them. But anyways, they're protected and they have been returning here. Like when my mom was little, this was her bedroom, and they used to already come. And this was also my grandpa's bedroom, and they already came when he was little. So they've been coming here for a long time. Hi, I see you. They're so cute. I love them so much. They do wake me up really early, but I don't care. I'm an early morning person. Yay, y'all can hear them? Yeah, I opened the window. It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. And we finished the sprint, right? So yeah, usually when I'm in the US, my house is in the woods, and so there's a lot of nature sounds when we do these sessions. And here in Barcelona, sometimes what do we get? Like an ambulance coming by. But now spring is coming, spring is here, the birds are out. Hi, baby. I can just see it right there. She's like calling the entire family, like, come on, y'all, it's time to go home. Um, got all your emails done. That's great, Jackie. Cleaned your workspace, and yes, you can hear them. Yay. I'm so glad y'all can hear them. It's one of the things that brings me the most joy, because like they literally came back on the equinox. Like that morning, I heard them for the first time. And like I listen. Every morning I'm here in silence doing my journaling, and it's just so cool. And I always notice when they leave too, you know? Um, we have starlings nesting in our roof, and we can see them by the window. Ah, that's so cool. I'm trying to think of what like starlings are. I'm gonna have to look it up, because sometimes I know a bird, but I may not know the name either in English or in Catalan or in Spanish, and I'm like, I don't know that one. Do I live in both countries? Kind of. I guess. You love hearing them. Yeah, they're so. It's just birds are so cool. Haiti restructured an essay and added more thoughts to it. Nice. Really glad this session helped you bring. Also, y'all, if you don't follow Haiti here on Substack, please do. Amazing work, especially if you are Latina. Like, such good content. I really enjoy it. So go and follow her. That's my sis right there. And they're black with white little dots that look like love hearts if you see a close up photo. What? Okay, what? I'm gonna look it up right now. If I can spell. Starling. Oh, what? Those are so beautiful. Those are really pretty. I don't think I've seen that one in person. Da, da, da. Cali in the house. Yeah, Cali in the house. I've only been to California one time. Like when I went on tour, I don't know, a lifetime ago, that was supposed to be where I started tour. And then I ended up getting delayed a couple of weeks and started in New York. And so I missed the leg of tour that did California. And then the next tour that I did, somehow we also didn't do California. Then 2020, I was supposed to leave for California for some training on March 13th. And I think y'all know what happened March 13th. And I was like, I'm not going. Y'all can do whatever. I'm not going. And then I finally got to go 2 years ago also for a work project, but I've only been to Sacramento and I really liked it, but I know already I would be super overwhelmed by a city like LA or something. I don't know that it would be my vibe, but if it was to go visit some of my sweet friends, then I'd be good anywhere. Um, Come back. Yeah, I want to. I want to go back to California and all sorts of fun places. But y'all, right now, I don't know. Um, they're pretty common. Oh, those birds are pretty common in the UK. Yeah, like Barcelona, like I know it does have birds. They're just kind of hard to see in the city. I'm super tempted to put a feeder on my window right here, like I have in the US, and it brings all sorts of super cool birds. But there's a park really close, so part of me is like, they're not gonna come to the bird feeder. They have a park full of tourists that actually like throw food at them. Like I don't know that I can do as good of a job. um, an hour away from Sacramento. That's where your wife is from. I really enjoyed that city. I thought it was super cool. It was awesome. I really liked it. But I could also see the like already, even though it was Sacramento, the Hollywood vibe, if, in a way. Like I don't know. It's hard to explain, but as a European, I mean, maybe you disagree, but I feel like the portrayal of the US to the rest of the world in like movies and things like that, it's a lot of times New York, um, LA, Chicago. You know what I mean? It's like the big metropolis where like there's like regular life happening. Um, and I feel like Sacramento, even though it's not like one of the main, I mean, it is the capital, but you know what I mean? It's not as famous of a city. It already kind of had that like Hollywood vibe. I don't know. It was really interesting for me to go there. So I look forward to going back someday. So maybe I'll do a workshop or something there. That could be fun. You don't love the Hollywood life? Yeah. Oakland. A lot of people, yeah, I have friends from Oakland and in Oakland. So maybe that's where I should visit sometime. The first place I was supposed to go to was Irvine. Is that what it's called? Irvine? Yeah. It was supposed to be for work. And then I ended up not going because of the vid. Um, but yeah, it was, and I flew over San Francisco on my way back from Sacramento. I was like, I gotta go to that one. That's fun. I gotta see that bridge. Oakland and Bay is really good. No, don't go to Irvine. Irvine. That's what I was told. It was just a work thing. They were paying for me to go there and like get trained for some like shitty job. So I ended up training from home. I was like, yay, I know what I'm doing already, teaching yoga. So it was like one of those big companies where they like to fly people around instead of like actually paying them well. It was one of those. It's like, we just want you to like get the experience, but then we're gonna pay you absolute garbage. Yeah. So, anyways, friends, I think that was it for sprints today. But as you probably know, maybe you don't, that's fine. I like to finish these sessions with some yoga stretches because I think that that also helps us find balance. It can be a great way to kind of move your energy after the end of, being sitting for a long time. We've been here for, I don't know, an hour and a half. So, I think that this is how the body starts to get really tight and contracted. And then the more we do of just this and not taking a break to move a little bit and stuff, right? Like, I find the more difficult it is for me to sit down and continue to do my work because my neck hurts like absolute nonsense sometimes. Same with my shoulders. And so to me, it's super, super important to take care of my physical body. Yeah. You used to dream of one of those jobs? Yeah, I did too. And then I had it, and I was like, and that was the last straw for me to be like, I really should not be working for anybody. I can work with people, and I only work with who I want to work with. Like my no is so easy. I'm like, nah, doesn't work. But because I don't know, I've worked for so many untalented people, so many just like power hungry, money hungry, we just want your face type bullshit, that I'm like, nah, Nah. If I'm gonna make little money, I'm gonna make it for myself doing what I want to be doing. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's taken some time to get to that realization, but that's kind of how I want to live my life. Yeah, we're the same. Yeah, yeah. And I think a lot of people feel that way. And I know that we kind of live on the outskirts of society. And I'm like, I'll stay in the outskirts. I don't need the other. I just don't need that bullshit. Like, I honestly, I don't know what is it? Is it six figures that people are supposed to make to be like fulfilled and amazing? I'm like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm just going to be happy, period. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think that's where it's at, or like working so hard that we don't have time to enjoy ourselves, to enjoy each other, to pause, to do things like this. I know I've said this before, but let me know if you agree. I think people that work 9 to 5 don't actually work 9 to 5. Who the fuck can focus for that long and actually like produce anything worthy? We've been here for an hour and a half. I wrote a few pages of my manuscript, calling it a day, see you later. That's it. And now I can move on to a different task. I just feel like Pomodoro sprints, productivity sessions, these like focus pockets of work are so much more useful to people than just like, all right, it's 9 o'clock. Just sit down in front of your computer. You get a break for half an hour and about, I don't know, how long do people work for? 5 hours? No way. And like, if they have to block your Instagram and your WhatsApp and all these apps from your computers because they know you're not working, because you can't, it's impossible. I feel like there's two things happening. In one side, they're like reducing our attention span. I mean, we're letting them, but like just really fast content. Everything's stressful. Everything's like bah, 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 bah. At the same time, you got to produce. And I'm like, I don't have an attention span because it's been taken away from me. And you're telling me I have to be here for 8 hours straight doing nonsensical work? Yeah, no, I'm good. The goal will always be to work not smarter, not harder. I dread corporate hours as well. Yeah, and also like acknowledging that a lot of people like that's a necessity, right? That like a 9 to 5 is necessary to sustain whatever it is that you need to sustain in your life. I think sometimes the point is like just knowing how much energy you should be putting into that. And like, yes, of course, it has to be a priority to make money in a way, right? Because like that's the way the world works. And at the same time, it's like, how can you prioritize yourself and like your creativity or other things and just make that kind of just the background, because like maybe you work in a place where it's not like this, but anytime I've worked for someone, I'm so aware, especially probably if you're a person of color, like I'm so aware that they can replace me at any moment, that they're just looking for the one fucking thing to be like, I know it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be doing this. I want to be doing work that feels good to my soul, that I can feel good at the end of the day, and that like if I don't accomplish something, like no one's gonna come like tell me how terrible of a human being I am because I didn't finish the TPS report. Office Space reference. My wife works and I see the difference in her quality of life, and so she's looking to make changes too. Yeah, honestly, part of it for me is because my husband is disabled, right? And like once I got a chronic illness, and like I kept going, and he was like, like you don't have to. Like we could do this differently. And it's been a lot of work, right? To like see how can I shift in a way that it feels good for me. Because again, since my goal is not to make six figures, why would I live a lifestyle of someone that's trying to make six figures? If my goal is not to have a fancy ass car and a fancy ass home and go out to expensive restaurants and whatever fuck else people do with their money, then why would I be living in a way that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's so many ways to live our lives and so many ways to do work that are completely ignored just because of the mainstream says that you should be making money and producing and blah blah blah. I'm like, no thank you, I'm good. Sometimes yes, for an end, yes, but all the time, no. All right, friends, so let's do some stretches. Sorry, I just saw a message. All right. Okay, yo, this is too much fun. I'm so glad to be here with you all. Let me know if you can see me well. I literally have the stream also on the computer so that I can make sure that it's framed properly. But again, you don't really need anything special for this little stretches. I literally have just jeans on. I have my house shoes on, and I'm sitting on a flimsy crickety chair. So you can do this if you want to. As always, do the stretches that feel good for your body and leave the rest. Yeah. And the idea is just to loosen up the body a bit after this session. So make yourself comfortable, relax your shoulders, lengthen your neck, and take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Inhale, lift your shoulders up toward your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Two more like that. Inhale, shoulders a little bit forward and up. Exhale, roll your shoulders back and all the way down. One more inhale. And exhale, relax your shoulders down and away from the ears. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your right ear to the right shoulder and stay here, or maybe take your right hand over the left ear for a moment. Just adding a little bit of weight. You could also move your chin up and down if that feels good for you. Inhale. And exhale. Pause the movement. Bring your neck to neutral again. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring the other ear to the shoulder. That should be your left ear. And then take your left hand over the right ear if you'd like. You can stay here or maybe move your chin up and down. You notice how that feels. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Release your hand. Bring your neck to neutral. And on your inhalation, sweep your arms forward and up. And as you exhale, bend your elbows, making cactus arms. And then start to close and open your hands a few times. And you can do this slowly, or you can let the movement get faster, but see if you can keep your range of motion. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Inhale. And as you exhale, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Now as you inhale, open your arms out, stretch like a T. Exhale, right arm over left, crossing at the elbows. Bend the elbows and bring your hands to our opposite shoulders, giving yourself a little hug. And maybe you move for a moment side to side. You could also take a couple of circles with your elbows one way and then the other. One more breath wherever you are. Inhale. And as you exhale, pause, open your arms wide, being mindful of the space that you're in. Inhale. Exhale, this time left over right, crossing at the elbows. Give yourself a little hug and stay. Maybe move side to side. Maybe create a few circles one way. And then the other, but let your breath matter more than the movement. One more breath. And then pause. Open your arms out. Breathe in. Breathe out, twist toward the right, using perhaps your desk or your chair for leverage or to help you be a little bit more stable in the shape. Breathe in to lengthen. Breathe out to maybe twist a little bit more toward the right. Notice the spiral of energy from your tailbone through the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. Breathe in. And breathe out. As you inhale, return to center. And as you exhale, start to twist to the left this time. Again, use your desk, your chair, even your own leg to twist a little bit deeper. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Now come back through center. Take a moment to roll your shoulders, to move your neck. Maybe you wiggle your fingers, your toes. And I invite you to bring yourself to stillness. Maybe your hands rest on your lap or your knees, or maybe you bring one hand to your heart and the other hand to your abdomen. Soften your gaze down or close your eyes and just for a moment observe how you feel after today's productivity time. Notice how you feel in your physical body. Notice what's going on in your mind and energetically. And maybe ask yourself, what is one snippet of goodness that you can take with yourself for the rest of the day? something you're proud of, something you learned, an epiphany, or perhaps something simple. Inhale deeply. Let it go. One more deep breath in, deepest breath you've taken all day. Let it expand front to back, side to side, top to bottom. Perhaps hold at the top. Take another sip and let go. Take a moment to repeat within or out loud in whatever language resonates with you most. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Once you feel complete, release your hands. Blink your eyes open if you close them. Move your neck, wiggle your fingers. All right. How did that feel? Again, just a few moments, just a few minutes of gentle stretching. I find, at least for me, it kind of creates a demarcation between the productivity time and now it's my evening time. So now I'm going to go for like probably an hour walk because it's the time changes this weekend here. So it's going to be dark later. And then after that, I'm probably going to dive right back in and write a little bit longer. I do really want to finish this chapter today. I feel like I'm well on my way, but I do need a little bit more time. So thank you, Brandon. Thank you so, so much for being here, for being such a supportive member of this community. Needed that, Adelaide. Had such a stressful time with the bloody Wi-Fi. You know, technology can be so stressful sometimes. So I'm glad that you were able to find a way through, and that the yoga helped. Little movements, yeah. Also, again, reminder: if you haven't yet in a while, drink some water. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Jackie. So good to see you here. All right, my friends. So, of course, if you have any questions, comments, complaints, bring them on. You can also contact me through sending me a DM. I do have a chat here on Substack. It was so amazing to spend this time with you all. Honestly, when I show up here, I never know how many of us are going to be here. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? It might just be me, and that's fine. Just remember that sometimes joining spaces like this is a great way to not only keep yourself accountable, but to get inspired by other folks that are also like moving not only through the mud, but also through the joy, you know? And I feel like this space, in this space, we really inspire each other. And there are so many great teachers, books, songs that members of this community have shared here that are really useful, you know? And so if you ever have a question, please ask the question. I'm sure if you're asking it, you're not the only person that has that question. There's no such thing as stupid questions. And so if you feel like sharing a resource, share the resource. Yeah. Also, if there are times where you would like these sessions to happen, let me know. This is what I do with my time. I can be writing by myself or I can be writing in community. So if it's a time that works for me, I will try to make some of those sessions happen at that time. Yeah. So thank you, Haiti. Thank you, Rajani. Thank you, Adelaide. It's been so amazing to spend time here with you all. Again, if you do want to continue doing Pomodoro sprints, I'm going to share a link with you in the chat. Also, all these links will be in the replay posted here on Substack. But I'm going to share with you my Insight Timer profile. And there I have productivity sessions that are audio only. And earlier we were talking about the typing. So some of them do have typing and some of them don't. Some of them have like lo-fi beats in the background. Some of them have jazz music. Some of them have coffee shop sounds. So I just created a variety of them. And I know that some folks like to use those when we're not here live. So I'm going to share the link with you all. Let me grab it. And again, Insight Timer is also a free app, so you can check out my offerings there. Hold up, let me put the link. And again, depending on where you're doing this stream, you may not be able to click the link, but it's not a problem. I will link it to the body of the post. But here it is, just in case you can click it or want to click it. There's more stuff from me that will help you stay productive. So I hope it helps. All right. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you and I appreciate you. Usually I'm here Tuesday and Thursday. However, this Thursday I am not going to be in town. I'm
doing some stuff. I don't know what the timeline is, so I just decided to not put a sprint. But if the schedule changed, now you know that I can actually send it previously, right? Like I can schedule it. So anytime that there's a session, I'll try to schedule it at least like 1 or 2 days in advance, so you have time to put it in your calendar and join if you want to. Yeah. All right. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And until we meet again, please take care of yourselves. Please take care of each other and be well. Bye, everybody.